remember to protect yourselves at all times. I want you to touch gloves now, ladies. You're boxing at the bell. Good luck.
So a rematch from a fight happening at Kronk back in August of 2020. This time around, it's for the WBC Silver Heavyweight Championship. 8 rounds. So will this be a continuation for Danielle Perkins? Will this be round 5? Or will we see what MONIKA HARRISON promised to us, a completely different fighter here in their second meeting?
But she explained to us that that fight in 2020 was postponed so many times that when she finally got the call, she was not prepared. She was not in shape. She didn't have a trainer. Like you said, so many conditions were going against her. This time, not much different. A lot of stuff had happened before she actually agreed to take this fight.
She pops Perkins there. She had 12 days notice for that August fight. Again, her trainer wasn't allowed to get to Detroit because of the pandemic. Essentially a stranger in the corner. And she said she was exhausted from draining a lot of weight. She was heavier than she was comfortable fighting with.
Yeah, Harrison just literally walked into Perkins' jab. And I felt that.
Stiff cross splits the guard from Perkins. The southpaw from Houston. 6 foot, 72-inch reach. Former pro basketballer hoping to shake up this heavyweight division here in women's boxing.
A huge advantage is the fact that Perkins is used to this grind and the technical end of having a trainer and telling her what to do and how to do it. She calls it the GPS for success.
Good flurry. 2 jabs connecting, one to the body, another to the head.
Yeah, you can see how Perkins is a lot lighter on her toes.
It's really her calling card, because it sticks out. I mean, at 6 foot, again, women's heavyweight, the athleticism from a pro basketball career, it's so evident.
Exactly.
That she bursts better. We saw maybe one in that opening round. You want to bet that she's going to try and add to that as this fight goes along. Again, 8 rounds for the WBC Silver Heavyweight Championship. Danielle Perkins starred at St. John's as a basketball player. Her team went to the NCAA tournament twice when she was there, led the team in blocks and rebounds, played overseas in Europe for a number of seasons. And then as she was getting ready to go to Turkey and restart life as a pro basketball player in Brooklyn, in Europe, she was in her hometown, her then hometown of Brooklyn, going to the grocery store and was hit by a car, suffered gruesome injuries. Had a cracked skull, a separated shoulder. And we could have a possible early...
There was a very bizarre reaction by Harrison.
Perkins is calm. She's continuing to do her task here.
Very composed, and she doesn't even blink an eye. Whereas I cannot say the same thing about Harrison. Harrison is just having an adverse reaction to anything that Perkins throws.
Harrison had her tongue stuck out. It went right back in after a left cross from Perkins. We talked about the athleticism being so evident from Perkins from her basketball career, with the fact that the mobility just shines when she's in the ring. You have no evidence of such a horrific car crash
at all
that happened and affected her complete way of living. It ended her pro basketball career in an instant. You don't see any of that.
No, but the part of the intangibles that Perkins brings into the ring is the fact that she understands that she's got to dig deep and bring out the champion within her, and that's what actually supported her through those hard months of paralysis and learning how to walk again and, mentally speaking, get back into the ring.
Perkins brushes Harrison with another left cross. Goes to the body, back upstairs. And that is the end of round number 2. And according to BoxRec, there are only 13 ranked heavyweight fighters in women's boxing. And Danielle Perkins, at the moment, ranked 8th, trying to climb that ladder as we start round 3 between Perkins and Harrison. WBC Silver Heavyweight title on the line, scheduled for 8 rounds. Harrison in the black and gold trunks with the black tights. Perkins, white and black trunks. And Perkins going to work here in round 3.
Yes. She definitely has the will and the desire to finish this off quick. And I got to give a lot of credit to somebody like MONIKA HARRISON, that after everything that's going against her, she is willing to engage. She's game. She's walking into, she's engaging somebody who athletically is better than her. And her footwork is clumsy. And that's 80% of the battle right there.
Perkins sizing it up, laying the hammer down. Perkins sensing blood here from Harrison.
So when we spoke to Daryl Pierre, Harrison's trainer, he mentioned that he was working on mobility, those lateral movements. I have yet to see any sidestep. Have you seen the sidestep?
Hasn't been there. I've seen back steps. Harrison with a wide right hand. Shades of that first encounter at Croc Gym.
Interestingly enough, she said that what took her by surprise on the first fight was the fact that she was facing a southpaw. So she already knew that she was facing a southpaw. And yet she keeps walking into that jab.
All Danielle Perkins here in round 3. Round 4 beginning here, scheduled 8-rounder for the WBC Silver Heavyweight title between Danielle Perkins and MONIKA HARRISON from Flint, Michigan. This is our co-feature here tonight. Of course, CLARESSA SHIELDS and MARIE EVE DICAIRE still to come. Not ruled a knockdown by the referee, Michael Griffin, but Perkins ready to pounce.
Danielle comes into every single combination with a hunter mentality, literally looking for that one punch. She sets up. Her shoulders are loose. She's bobbing, she's weaving, she's doing everything that she needs to do. We can hear Daryl Pierre, MONIKA's trainer, saying, turn around. And the ref is keeping a very close eye.
Michael Griffin closing in just a bit here. Harrison was lodging against the ropes moments ago. Trying to show some fight here in the 4th round. She's respecting that left hand that's just reserved in its holster from Danielle Perkins.
And she just came in with a flurry of hooks to the rib cage. And that, my friend, not only weakens you, but it weakens your legs.
Uppercut, good movement from Perkins. Stepping out of the way of those punches. MONIKA HARRISON trying to go for her first win since January of 2019. She has a lot of catching up to do here as we begin round 5 in this women's heavyweight title matchup.
Defense is coming down on Harrison. She's trying to keep a pep in her footwork. A little bit of fire there. But with somebody with the mentality that Danielle has, Perkins is just not coming in for jokes. So that tap that Harrison is trying to do in order to adjust her distance is not going to do any damage.
So where do you begin if you're Monika Harrison at this point in trying to start cleaning it up?
Footwork. Footwork. Focus on footwork. I mean, she's definitely a very strong lady. She comes from a long line of very strong people, mom, dad, but footwork. And this is a thing that you got to repeat every day, you know, do 3 a days if necessary. Unfortunately, time is working against her.
Harrison met by a right hand, and she tried to go inside against Perkins. All Danielle Perkins here through 4 rounds and change. Harrison scrapes her with a left hand, but then Perkins having her on the retreat. Big left hand and a right hook, and another one. And that may have hurt Harrison, trying to shake it off against the ropes. Michael Griffin peering in, and Perkins sensing an opportunity to close the show early. And Harrison not having her legs under her there, gassed at. These two fought 4 rounds back at Croc in August. And here we go with an 8-round title match. And Danielle Perkins looking to do exactly what she did back in August. Dominate wire to wire.
And I would say she has even refined certain techniques. I cannot say the same thing for Monika Harrison.
Well, the defense from Perkins just exacerbating the struggles that Harrison has as far as the ongoing conditioning as the rounds progress. You miss, you're getting a lot of air taken out. And standing still is Harrison. She thought she was punched from behind, thought it was a rabbit punch. Perkins moving around though, not staying stationary.
And literally running circles around her.
Perkins pretty much saying it with the expression on her face. Hey, if you want to come in 1 or 2 inches, be ready for that left hand, because it's there and it's coming at you.
But even Danielle is not going in to finish this off. All of a sudden, her tempo and her punch production has decreased in this round. She's tired.
Her mouth
as well.
is open.
Yeah.
And again, the guard from Harrison brought down. Perkins trying to capitalize. Danielle Perkins perhaps hitting a wall here as round 6 closes out.
In this last few months, because like you said, this has to be a fast track if she wants to do or write her own name in the heavyweights.
Have to capitalize on the limited time. James Cooper, a common trainer for Danielle Perkins, and Marlena Esparza, who we saw come away victorious with a clean runaway on the scorecards in her fight against Shelly Barnett. Danielle Perkins trying to make it 2 for 2 with this stable from Houston here in round 7. Firing bullets to the body. Now looking back upstairs. Connecting with that right hand, the lead right.
And even though Monika tries to connect with that jab, that head movement by Danielle Perkins is smart enough to just, you know, wave out.
That right hand rocking the chin of Monika Harrison. And Danielle Perkins pretty much knowing that she can do whatever she wants at this stage here in round number 7. Stuttering on her feet and then going back to laying down the leather on Monika Harrison.
I would like to see the punch stats for the last round because it dramatically dropped from the 4th to the 7th. mean, at this point in time, she's not even throwing the jab. She's just, you know, keeping the stick is just out there. There's very little juice left on Harrison's punches. Even though she has a close distance, she could go for that uppercut, you know, the typical punches to the rib cage. She's not even capitalizing on those opportunities.
Slow to move on the feet, and Danielle Perkins, she is going to go about that because her punches have been extremely wide. You want to, you want to make sure that
they're wild, and there's absolutely no juice behind them. So either she digs deep, like I was saying, and somebody like Danielle Perkins that's used to that, to go in the distance and just, you know, giving your all. I'm not sure Monika Harrison has that, or hasn't been able to encounter that.
Perkins, at the moment, less than 2 minutes away from picking up a title here and trying to put an exclamation point on top of this impressive showing. Harrison coming in with the double jab, and there she's met by a barrage from Perkins.
Exactly. And I was just going to tell you about her life partner. Harrison's life partner was explaining to us that she's so kind that sometimes she's not willing to just punish the opponent the way she should.
And it is not there for Monika Harrison here tonight. And Danielle Perkins continuing her impressive beginnings to a pro boxing career. And scraping Harrison with that right uppercut. This place filled out. 375 people, limited capacity. They are waiting to go with their hometown hero, CLARESSA SHIELDS. But here, Danielle Perkins closing the show on the co-main event. And big crosses exchanged from both. That puts a cap on it, but Danielle Perkins.
And having gone the distance, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. All three judges, Perla Rodriguez, Mauro Di Fiore, and Robin Taylor, are in accordance, seeing about 80 to 72 for your winner by unanimous decision. And now the WBC Silver Heavyweight Champion. She remains undefeated, Danielle Perkins.